Beating PSG, not really for everybody, is it? But it is something that is easily done by your world champions. Beating PSG, not really for everybody, is it? But it is something that is easily done by your world champions. Big up to every single one of you that's locked in. Hit the like button, subscribe. Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. And I wanted to do a video solely because I wanted to talk about narratives like this that I saw going around the timeline during the Spurs PSG game, because Tottenham were absolutely moving to PSG. Like, for long periods of that game, Tottenham, I have to give credit to them, they were the better side. They were very solid defensively. They minimized PSG in their third. When they went forward, they weren't necessarily the most threatening, but they had a game plan that was working, and they just had to take their chances when they came. And it did. Chevalier had a howler for the second goal. A first goal that I do think Donnarumma would have saved, but was still a pretty good header as well. But Spurs took their chances. And while that was happening, we have yet again rival fans trying to talk their garbage, talking about how the value of our Club World Cup final win is going down just because Tottenham are doing a job on PSG. A PSG side, by the way, who are so stupid, they didn't even have a pre-season game before this. Their last match was literally against us before playing in this competition. Then the rivals are doing the whole, the value of the Club World Cup final win's gone down. Now what? Because Spursy happened yet again. And yet again, us as Chelsea fans have to remind all of the other unwashed mortals that we're the only team, not just in the city, but in the entire country, that has been able to put PSG in their place. 1 month to the day since we beat them in the final and conquered the world.
Oh, Spursy, if this is what you are going to do in the Super Cup, why not allow you? Why? Why win the Europa League? Even to lose match, you don't know how to lose match. Lose from the beginning now. You keep everybody there 80 minutes with hope. Say, okay, you don't discover something. Oh boy, I pour on a spit. Pwah! Shame. From 2-0 up. Underdog. See out the match. They put attackers. Pap Matassa was even wondering why you were substituting out of this match.
Okay, I don't say you notice, Samo. I don't say you notice.
He was wondering.
Okay.
Wait, me?
Okay. Yes.
Kudus. You line all of the hard workers in the team, the ball retainers. God know how many times when Pap Matassa won the ball back, and then how many interceptions he did in this game. They said that I play at the tire. After this 90 minutes, what else again? 90 minutes of glory that you won the Super Cup for Tottenham. Even who don't tire, you will get energy from somewhere. They bring in Begval. You want to tell them something. PSG have told you now. You bring him at they don't tell. They have told you now.
That's where they find.
Yes.
You never see him. You have seen it.
You don't see him.
Well done.
Thomas Frank, I expected better from you. You understand? This was 90% work done. But then when you're playing the highest level of football, if you mess up the 10%, you can mess up that entire 90. And this is what has happened today. Very clear. See out the game. Respect to men like Mourinho today.
Hey, greatest.
Hey, God.
Jose.
Oh, my God. You know, guy, you want to have. See, even if he put Solanke will play right wing back. Him and Poro, two of them.
Show for it. Because Spurs have bottled it again. Typical Spurs. Spursy. The history of the Tottenham. We're going to get into all of it because this tonight has just... You couldn't have written... Actually, no, you know what? Let me take it back. You could have written it. You absolutely could have written it. You could have written it perfectly, to be honest, to the T, and I'll explain why in a sec. But to let you know, no videos earlier on. This is the only one today. Tomorrow there will be a double upload. Make sure you guys are here. The news is following this, so make sure you stay till the end because after I talk about the game, I'm going to talk about the latest, so make sure you stay. Let's kick off with this final. PSG versus Tottenham in the UEFA Super Cup. I got to be honest, I came into this game anticipating a funeral for Tottenham Hotspur, right? An absolute funeral. I thought PSG would turn them over inside out, especially after what happened to them in the Club World Cup final. I thought PSG would come out and want revenge. I thought PSG would come out and want flipping violence, you know, and chaos, and just, you know, guns blazing everywhere. And we didn't get that. We didn't get that. In fact, what we got for 85 minutes was Tottenham following the blueprint. Chelsea have given the world the blueprint on how to beat PSG. And for 85 minutes, I was looking and going, you know what? Tottenham have absolutely played this to perfection. Thomas Frank has set up Tottenham beautifully for the entire game. Right? They went up 1-0 and then they went up 2-0 and PSG couldn't find an answer. And Tottenham weren't defending. They were defending, but they weren't just sitting back and just kick the ball away and do nothing, except at the end. I'm coming to that. But they were playing according to the blueprint. Now, to the world, yeah? I don't say this for myself. I say this on behalf of Chelsea as a whole. You're welcome. You're welcome. We've given you a blueprint on how to beat PSG. Follow it and it's 100% success rate. Tottenham are like that kid in an exam who's revised, who started the exam well, but has forgot the time limit. And it gets to the end and they realise they've still got maybe about a quarter of the paper left and they've looked and they've gone, oh crap, we've got 10 minutes. Where's the time gone? Oh crap, I'm just going to have to start writing things. And then they just flip and scribble and it's just get the exam done, just finish it. I mean, it was perfection up until 75% and now it's just like, just get it done. That is what happened with Tottenham. Because as soon as Tottenham conceded, right? As soon as they conceded, they switched the game plan, and they shouldn't have. That's where they lost the game.
Goal!
But you still couldn't beat them. You still couldn't beat them.
Time with it. Take your time with it.
Bottle jobs. Bottle jobs.
Bottlers FC, you know what you are.
Is he back, Saeed? Is he back?
Hey.
Spursy back. Spursy.
Spursy, you're back, man.
Spursy.
They did it again. Yeah. They bottled it. Spurs again, ole ole.
Spurs again.
Spurs again. Spurs again, ole ole.
We're shameless. We're oozing.
Won the Super Cup against Tottenham Hotspur, but listen, that game had everything, and Tottenham can take a lot from that. Thomas Frank, let's start off, let's have it right. He deserves big credit to get his team sorted how he did. Every man putting in mileage to a T. And I'm not going to lie, I had PSG on fraud watch. I had them on fraud watch. The way they got dealt with Chelsea, it looked like they were going to get dealt with 2-0 up. 2-0 down to a new look Spurs side. I was like, nah, if you lot let this happen, was it just a one season wonder from PSG? But they came back in spectacular fashion to get the draw, and then Spurs did return back to being Spursy to make sure they didn't win 2 cups within the space of a few months. I couldn't have had that. But let's be real, man for man, for 75, 80 minutes, Spurs had it spot on. Thomas Frank went with a 3-5-2, and again, it just nullified everything that PSG
we're doing. Kvaratskhelia, stinker, unhooked, nothing. Didn't get any joy. Due, nothing. Dembele for large parts of the game, nothing. Bradley Barcola, nothing. And you know what? Let's start off by giving Spurs their props, because I'll get to laughing at them in a second doing the Spursy thing, because they still didn't win. But you have to talk about what this means for the rest of the season and what you can take from this Tottenham team. Now, Spurs fans, I want you to let me know, have Spurs been playing with that back five throughout pre-season with Thomas Frank? I didn't think they had. I think that was something that he's deployed for this game. But a back three, or the three centre-halves, with Romero in the middle, Micky van der Ven to the left, and Kevin Danso to the right, look really solid. Super solid. You've got that protection for Romero so he can go sweep up. He's lightning quick to the left of him. You've got Van der Ven in there. And to the right of him, you've got Danso, who's also quick. And then the wing-backs in Jed Spence and Porro. Jed Spence, he was absolutely locking down that side. He was unreal. Barcola couldn't get in. He was on Jed Spence's side. He was playing left wing back. Who was right wing for that? I think it was Barcola, wasn't it?